Godfrey. You remember me? I'm Mrs. Fox.
Oh, of course, sir. Can I do anything for you?
I wanted to have a word with Mr. Jones.
They're going for a march around the town. I'm afraid he'll be some little time yet.
Oh, I promised to phone him at 8. But as I was passing, I thought I'd put him out of his misery. Never mind, I'll phone as promised. Bye.
Bye.
Right, please. Turn. Halt. Left turn. Order. Arms. Stand at ease. Where's Corporal Jones?
Excuse me, Mr. Manreen.
Yeah.
Remember when we came into the High Street and you said right wheel? He didn't.
He walked straight on with a sully grin on his face.
Did you notice this?
Yes, I did, sir.
Why'd you tell me?
Well, I didn't want to upset you.
Upset me?
Up! Leg! Out! Order! Hups! Stand at 8!
Evening.
Where have you been, Corporal?
I saw a little throstle bird, sir. And I said to myself, what a pretty throstle. Isn't life wonderful? And when I looked round, he'd all gone and left me, Captain.
Mine's usually full of warlike things, not birds. Fall out. Come and see me in the office, would you?
Yes, of course, sir. Yes, yes.
I'm getting worried about Jones. Woolly-headed.
Yes, I have noticed, sir.
If it doesn't improve, I shall have to replace him. I can't be expected to face a Nazi invasion with a woolly-headed corporal. Come in! Ah, it's you, Jones. I was just going to send for you.
Yes, sir. Permission to have a heart-to-heart, man-to-man talk, sir.
Yes, of course. Come in and sit down.
All right, Josie, you sit down here. There you are, we'll see.
Can I start?
Yes, of course.
Have you noticed the spring in my step, Captain Manring?
I'd hardly describe it as that.
What about you, Mr. Wilson? Do you see a glint or a gleam in my eye?
Well, now you can't imagine it, Johnny. You do look a little bit different.
I have fallen in love, Captain Manring, with a woman.
I see.
Sir, I have the honour to ask your permission to get married.
Well, it's really nothing to do with me, Jones.
Oh, don't say that, Captain Manning. You're my commanding officer and my very help in trouble.
Yes, but you're not in any trouble, are you, Jonesy?
Oh, no.
See, Jones, you're technically a civilian and free to marry when and whom you like.
But do you give me your permission, Captain Manning?
Oh, very well, if you want it. Yes, all right.
Oh, bless you, sir. I knew you wouldn't let me down. He's a lovely man, isn't he?
Who is the lady in question?
Mrs. Fox.
Quite sure that you're in love with her?
I'm besotted with her.
That's not quite the same thing.
I see her face everywhere I go. I see it in the trees and the hills. I even saw it yesterday on the gasworks. And every morning I see it on the pillow beside me. Not really on the pillow, you didn't think that, did you? And everywhere I glance, there she is, like a will-o'-the-wisp.
I'm quite sure this isn't just a passing fancy.
Oh, no, it's definitely not a passing fancy. I've fancied her for 17 years.
Jonesy, are you absolutely sure that you want to marry her?
No, sir, no. I'm tortured by self-doubt. I'm only a humble butcher, you know. Is it true affection she feels for me? Does she love me for myself? Or does she love me for my meat?
When were you planning to get married?
Well, I don't know if she'll have me.
Well, you mean you haven't asked her yet?
Oh, yes, I've asked her. I've even offered her an ultimatum. She's supposed to telephone me up at 8 o'clock with the answer. Can I sit by the phone, sir? Let me sit next to the phone, sir.
No, I'm sorry, you can't, sir. None of you sitting next to me.
Look here, Jonesy, now why don't you wait outside in the hall, and then when she calls, we'll come and fetch you, all right?
Oh, Mr. Wilson, What would I do without your compromising suggestions? Well, sir, I should be waiting on tenterhook, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Dear. He's really got it badly, hasn't he, sir?
Here he is.
What did he say?
He said yes. He's a lovely man. He really is a lovely man.
You shouldn't have asked him, huh? Mrs. Fox is a fine, big widow woman. He should have taken her and hung the consequences.
Oh, I don't think there'd be any consequences.
By the way, she called in just before you came back.
She called him. What did she say? What did she say?
She said as she was passing, she'd put you out of your misery.
Put me out of my misery? What does that mean?
They do it to dumb animals when they're past hope.
It's going to ring at 8 o'clock. I think it's going to be all right.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I come to your bachelor party the night before the wedding, Mr. Jones?
Of course you can, Pikey. You can all come.
Be a lot of bachelors there, won't there? I mean, Mr. Godfrey's a bachelor, I'm a bachelor, Mr. Fraser's a bachelor.
Yeah, but Mr. Fraser, he hasn't always been a bachelor, have you, Mr. Fraser?
Yeah, I have indeed. Mind you, I've never been wanting a lassie.
Well, tell me, have you ever asked one of them and then she phoned up later and said no?
As a matter of fact, she said yes. For a while, anyway. Hey, man, she was a fine lassie. She had long, sturdy legs, and she loved to tread the path by the high cliff, with the night wind blowing through her tresses. One night, she never come back. It seemed she was blown over the cliff. Carried out to sea. Every night, I stood on that very cliff and shouted, Jessie, Jessie, will you know, come back to me. But the wind just blew the words back in my face. They mocked me to hear. Many years after, I received a letter. I was sure that it was contained news of her. My fingers shook as I opened it. Aye, son, I still carry it here, next my heart.
Your heart's on the other side.
Dear James, I shall always love you. I still wear your ring. I'm in Singapore, and I want to come home and be wed. Please send £40. Yours forever, Jessie.
Did you send it, Mr. Fraser?
Away with you, boy. Do you think I'm made of money?
There's a telephone, there's a telephone. Don't panic, don't panic, it's a telephone. It's Mrs. Fox.
Go on then.
That's Mrs. Fox. That's Mrs. Fox. Hello, my darling, it's me. Now you got to give me the answer and don't keep me waiting in suspense any longer, because I love you and love you and love you, and I want to be with you forever and ever. Oh. It's the Colonel for you, Captain.
Hello, sir. Mannering here. I'm sorry about that, sir.
What's he say? What happened?
She turned you down.
It wasn't her, but it will be in a minute. I wish you'd get off that phone. You're going to be long on the phone, Captain Mannering?
Get out, Jones.
Very good, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Mrs. Fox, you'll be phoning up in a minute, or she'll get the engaged signal. Whoa, there's the phone.
I see. Yes, of course. Yes, hold on a minute. Jones, I want you to keep very calm. This is for you.
Jack Jones the butcher. She wants me to sit down, sir.
Well, give him a chair.
All right, now sit down here, Jonesy. Come on, sit down. Sit down and try not to get too worked up.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Wilson. He's a lovely man. He really is a lovely man.
Yeah, the phone.
I am now sitting down. Yes. 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 Thank you for letting me know. I'm trying to keep calm, Captain Manning. I really am trying to keep calm.
Now, never mind, Josie. Never mind, never mind. You know, it's not the end of the world, you know.
She's a lovely woman, you know.
Yes.
She really is a lovely woman. It's no good. I can't keep calm. I'm going to break. She said she loved me, you know. She said, yes. I'm going to marry Mrs. Fox. I'm going to marry Mrs. Fox.